be able to sign that agreement, that covenant that will give them peace and security. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So as you probably know, you may have noticed if you watch my videos that I don't really support the idea of a 7-year tribulation. It causes a lot of problems in interpreting the Bible. It throws you completely off. It's impossible to make any sense out of the sequence of events of how things will develop in the last days if you want to base it on the premise of a 7-year tribulation. It has to be completely abandoned. I don't know exactly who came up with that. Was it Darby? Was it Lindsay? Hal Lindsay? Was it Schofield? I don't know. I don't care. But somebody was completely wrong, and I don't know why we all buy into that 7-year tribulation. The only place mentioning 7 years, possibly, not even very clearly, but I agree it is 7 years for the very last days, and it's mentioned in Daniel, is it Daniel 9:27, I believe, right? Yes, Daniel 9:20. He will make a strong covenant with many for 1 week, and that 1 week is 7 years, 1 day is 1 year. There's some support for that in the Bible, but more importantly, we have 3.5 years, 42 months, or 1,260 days mentioned in a few spots in Revelation. There are 2 periods of 3.5 years. So the total is 7. Fine. So I am not waiting for a secret rapture. I'm waiting for that covenant signed with Israel. When that covenant is signed, however it happens, I hope we know that's the one, because the Abrahamic covenant that Trump signed, that's not it. And Israel is still waiting for a bigger covenant. They are so waiting for that huge agreement that will give them peace and security. They're waiting. They're hungry for it. And I found this video. I found it. It's an interview of Benjamin Netanyahu from February 2025. And he says it will be a covenant that will come through strength, which in ESV it says it's a strong covenant. It has that connection to strength. I'm still thinking that that covenant is kind of forced on Israel because it will probably involve splitting Israel. And listen how Netanyahu is waiting for that covenant. And when that covenant is signed, that is the beginning of the end. That is the beginning of the 3.5 years of persecution of Christians, of the rule of the beast, the Antichrist, and after that 3.5 years of wrath, and then it's the millennium. And we're going home before the wrath. So in the terms of, if you believe in a 7-year tribulation, then the rapture will be mid-trib. But it's not about mid-trib, because there's no trib. There's the rule of the beast and the wrath of God, and we are going home before the wrath of God, but not before this covenant is signed. So this is going to be the sign for us. When the covenant is signed, you can start counting 3.5 years, and we are going home. Just take a look at this interview.
When we complete the changeover of the Middle East, when we cut the Iranian axis down to even further than we've already cut it, when we make sure that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons, when we destroy Hamas, that will set the stage for an additional agreement with the Saudis and with others. By the way, I believe also in the Muslim world, because it's peace through strength. If we're strong, if we're victorious, peace will come, more peace will come, and it will sweep the day. I have no doubt about that. When we destroy Hamas, that will set the stage for an additional agreement. With the Saudis and with others. By the way, I believe also in the Muslim world. An additional agreement. Because it's peace through strength. If we're strong, if we're victorious, peace will come. More peace will come, and it will sweep the day. I have no doubt about that.